One of the biggest things that I have found with essential oils that helps people to be successful, or one of the biggest reasons that they seem to not be successful with essential oils, is they just don't know how to make them into a daily habit. So when I was first getting started with oils, this was the biggest thing for me, was how in the world do I take these amazing oils and actually know what to do, when to do it, and really how to just think about it. How does it become my go-to? Instead of maybe grabbing ibuprofen, how do I think about grabbing peppermint for whenever I've got pain in my head? Or how do I remind myself to grab something for when I'm struggling with sleeping at night? All these different things that you and I deal with on a daily basis that we probably have our go-tos for right now. You probably have those things either that you're coping with and you don't have anything that you go to, or you have things that bother you and you've been looking for natural solutions, and right now maybe you run to something over the counter or something not natural. Or for me, a lot of the stuff that I did, I ran to supplements. And the interesting thing that I have found over the last several years that has just fascinated me, I was in the supplement and protein and that sort of nutritional space for literally 16 years. And it's what I knew. I was a Division I soccer player. I had some different health goals. I had some different health needs, and supplements was what I came across. And sometimes we do the things that are really set in front of our path at the time that they're set there. And that was what I needed at that season of my life. And it was amazing and it worked. And I had such great results with that. And so over the decade, over the next almost 2 decades, that's what I really became my go-to, even more so than like an over-the-counter anything. But a lot of times it took longer to get over things. It would take 8 to 10 days if we got sick, and sometimes even longer. It was harder at times as our kids were little and even growing to convince them that you really do want to take that entire bowl of vitamins, don't you? Well, we tried every stop and every trick that we could think of. And again, it worked. There's so many different ways in the health world to arrive at the same goal. But one thing that I found with essential oils that just absolutely thrilled us and that we're so excited and so passionate about now is that it's so simple. It just takes learning how to do it as a daily habit. And so that transition for us really was about how to know what to grab when and how to make it into just a daily lifestyle thing where I was so comfortable with swallowing things. Isn't that the Western mindset? We're so used to either swallowing over-the-counter things or prescription drugs or even vitamins. And so the thought for me of transitioning into rubbing something on or smelling something or diffusing something. I've got my diffuser going with wintergreen and lime. Spearmint and lime, and I love it. And now it's such a daily thing for me. I don't even think twice about it, but it took time. And so that's the biggest thing when you're trying to create a new daily habit, is giving yourself some grace and some space and learning. You've just got to give yourself grace that it's going to take a little bit of time. And even though we were into health and knew different things, we didn't know how to use oils. And so it took us time to really figure out what to use and when. So what I want to do is I want to tell you the top 3 things that really helped me, that helped Nathan, helped our kids to learn how to use oils as a daily habit. So these are 3 ways to make essential oils more of a daily habit. Number 1, I would say, is to create a simple plan. So when we got started with oils, we knew what our goals were. We had some health goals, or maybe a health priority or a health issue, something that's in your life right now. And even though we were supplementing and trying to eat healthy and doing things, there were still things in our life that were chronically reoccurring, that were causing us issues, that were nagging, or just different little things would surface here and there. And all of us are on a journey of health. None of us are perfectly healthy. So there's always going to be these things. And what our family wants is to look to a natural solution first. And so we had to create this daily plan in order to make it a habit, a simple plan. So let me walk you through what we did in the simplest form and how to do that. The first thing is to think about, what are your top 3 health priorities? I'm just going to use this as an example. Maybe your top 3 health priorities are headaches. You get headaches, you want to sleep better, and maybe anxiety. You feel stress, you feel anxiety a lot, and everybody's got different symptoms with that, but maybe your heart races, maybe you get a headache from feeling anxious, maybe you get a headache because you're not sleeping a lot. So sometimes our issues and our top health priorities can even be kind of intertwined. So let's just use this as an example: headaches, sleeping better, and anxiety or stress. And we want to reduce that, obviously. So those are our top 3 goals. Now, the next thing that I would tell you to do is, first and foremost, talk to the person that invited you to doTERRA, that shared essential oils with you, because they want to do something for you called a wellness consultation. That might sound like a big scary word, something we go into a doctor to get a consultation, but these are just people who are passionate about oils, that are on the journey with you, that can point you in the right direction of which oils to use for which health priority that you have. And there's resources that they will use. I'm going to show you a couple of those. There's some really cool resources that they'll use. Talk to that person. If you have not already had a wellness consult, or if we have not done that for you, if you are somebody that we personally got started with doTERRA, that is something that we do for every person that we personally get started with doTERRA. We give them a wellness consult. We walk through your top goals and how you can set up a daily wellness plan, morning, afternoon, and evening, and make it simple. So that's what you want to do. What we use in that time, and what you can use right now, even on your own, is something called the Live Guide. Now, this Live Guide is amazing. It is the lifestyle overview. I like to think of this like it's a day in the life of doTERRA. From start to finish, what do you do in your day? And it's fabulous. And if you'll actually flip in this specific guide, it's page 16. Sometimes they update these and they change these, so I'm not sure what guide that you have, but this wellness consult page 16, it looks something like this. And you'll take your top 3 health priorities, pencil them in, write out what your 90-day goals are, and then the natural solutions that you already have, or you'll find out which ones you might need. So how do you know which ones you already have that are going to work with those top 3 health priorities? Well, in this guide, there's also some amazing page called Getting Started. It's on page 16 in here. I'm just going to hold this up. I know you probably can't read all of that, but this literally lists out from A to Z all of doTERRA's oils, the single oils, as well as the blends, as well as the personal care products and the supplements. So whatever you got started with in your kit, set it out on a table in front of you, look at your top 3 health priorities, and then use this and look up which ones of those what those oils do. So for example, if I wanted to see what peppermint did, I'd look it up, and it says it's cooling, it soothes head tension, it supports alertness, it's for respiration, exercise, and digestion. Oh, ding ding, we've got a winner. It soothes head tension. So my headache. Okay, so I can use peppermint. So I'm going to put peppermint right here, that is one of the natural solutions that is going to work for one of my top 3 health priorities, which was headaches. So I would look through that. Now, again, if you have a person you're talking to, like myself, Nathan, or the person that invited you to doTERRA, they'll be able to tell you probably right off the bat which oils will go with that. Just because as you use oils, you just pick it up, you learn it. And there's great resources, like I said, that we have, from blogs to books and other things. But we want to make this super simple and make sure you don't feel like you have to be an essential oil expert just to start the daily habit. So top 3 goals. Look in your Live Guide. That's the quickest thing. There's also a book that we have called the Essential Life Book. We've nicknamed it the Oil Bible because it's about this thick. It's amazing, from A to Z, all of your health priorities, and it lists out 5 oils that work for each one of those. We also have many versions of that. You might be listening to this and you actually have that book, or you have the little mini guide. You can do the same thing that I just talked about. Take your top 3 health priorities, look them up in that book, and it'll list out exactly which oils. Then when you see the list of oils, look at your oils that you currently have, the ones that you've purchased, and find the oils that work for whatever's listed, whatever your top 3 health goals are. So again, we're using as the example sleep, headache, sleep, and anxiety. So I would look those up, A to Z, in my guide. The Essential Life Book is what that's called. You also can Google, but be really careful with Google. There's a lot of just conflicting information on Google, and such as the internet. That is just the way the internet is, especially in the health space. You just find all kinds of stuff. So we try to use resources. We do use resources that are scientifically based, that have years and years of research behind them, and from people and sources that we trust. And so the ones that I've mentioned to you are that. Okay, So that's number one. Start with a simple plan. And to do that, you can head over to our website, actually, our blog. You can download this. We'll have the link for you below. You can download this straight from the blog and you can get started right now. You can get a digital copy, you can print that out, or talk to the person again that invited you and they may have a copy that they can give you, or they'll walk through that with you specifically. The second thing that made using oils so simple for us and our family and really helped create a daily habit was to set the oils where we needed them. So when we first got started, we had our first little starter kit. I'm in my kitchen. We had them over in one of the cabinets. I had no idea what to do with the oils. Excuse me. So what I did was I cut out the little, the back of the box. Literally, I cut out the back of the box. I hadn't had my wellness consult yet with the person that shared oils with me. And I took painter's tape so it wouldn't tear off the tape on our cabinets, and I just stuck it. It's still sticking on the inside of our cabinet. And it just told me what to do. So doTERRA, even in their packaging and the books that you'll get, they do such a great job of just laying it out. But for me, it told me what to do with the oils, but I still didn't know how to make it a daily habit. So I've got all these oils, it lists what I can do with it. How do I translate that? So what we started with was all of our oils in one place in our kitchen. And I soon realized if sleep is one of my issues, and I don't sleep in my kitchen, I sleep in my bedroom. Maybe if I'm pulling an all-nighter and it's a late night of work, I might sleep in my kitchen. But most of the time I sleep in my bedroom. So what I did was I put the oils that I needed at nighttime that would help with sleep or help with anxiety, or if you go to bed frequently, you have headache or you have pain, find the place where you need it and set your oils there. So for example, I got a little box. I would say start with the oil you have, one or two, and set it by your bedside. But over time, my collection has grown. I've got things for my skin in here because at nighttime I put on my final skin regimen before getting in bed. I've got a variety of different ones that I might want at night. I've got some of our emotional blends. I've definitely got our Serenity and our Lavender, which are great for sleep. And I've got hormone blends because sometimes that is why I'm not sleeping. So I've got peppermint in here, as I mentioned, because sometimes that's why I'm not sleeping, if I have a headache. I've got some in here that help with just the anxiousness. And then some of these I have in here just simply because I love the way they smell in a diffuser. So these are what stay by my bedside. Again, don't let the multiplication of my oils overwhelm you. Over time, your oil collection might grow and you might want a little box, but you don't have to. Another example is in my kitchen, our little collection that started us, it grew over time as well. And we have this big box. And so this big box is really cool because it really can hold all of the oils. There's the top ones go right in there, the ones that we use most frequently. And then we have the ones that we use maybe less. These are a lot of my cooking oils, or ones that we might use if somebody gets sick and we need to make our little cold and flu bombs or whatever. And then the bottom one is ones that are less frequently used, or again, maybe for cooking or things that I might just use every now and then. And so that's a great place for them. They're there. Anybody in the family can grab them. They're accessible. In our family room, where we like to hang out, we love to do like family games. We have nights where we'll read a book together. We like to listen to an Audible book at times. And while we're in there, I have a diffuser, and I love to put oils in the diffuser. So I have this fun little tray here that has all different oils on here that are really more I use for diffusing. You can pick what oils you want, but the ones that I specifically have in our family room, there's a lot of citrus ones. Citrus oils are some of my favorite oils, so I've got a mixture of citrus down here. I've got right now, we've got Holiday Joy, and sometimes I just want to bring the Christmas smell. And then we've got some of the great emotional blends like Motivate and Cheer, as well as some of our yoga blends, because they're just awesome. So again, over time, your collection will grow. But for right now, think about maybe the one or two oils that you have. If you got 10 oils to start with, or 20 oils, what are ones that you might want in your family room if that's where you're going to set your diffuser up? What are ones that if you don't have a diffuser in there, while you're sitting in there having family discussion, everybody might want to put some on their hands and breathe it in, Wild Orange or Balance, and some Breathe, you might want Breathe handy. So last but not least, these are just examples to give you ideas of how we have made the oils a daily habit. Setting the oils where we need them is key. So on my kitchen island, as you can see, this sits in the middle of it. And this is things like jasmine, rose, magnolia, and clary calm. These four, because of all the ladies in our house, especially teenage ladies, these are great. Every time we walk by, we're like, hey, why don't you grab another little swipe of that women's monthly blend, or a little bit more jasmine to help you a little bit. And you can look up what those oils do, but they're great for females, they're great for guys too. But and then my little guy loves Breathe. He loves it. So we've got that handy and a roller just for him. And again, part of making it a daily habit, I didn't start with all those, but I learned specific oils were easier for maybe Asher to use in a roller bottle. So we got it in a roller ball. We used our LRP free points that you can collect every month, and you can get your oils. We have one more that I have set up with the roller of the emotional blends, and this sits in the middle of my kitchen table. Because what happens at dinner time at night is sometimes the discussions might get heated. Sometimes somebody might be a little down. So we've got the emotional blend sitting in the middle of our big long kitchen table, and that is where it stays. And so if anybody needs a swipe of that on the back of their neck or underneath their ears or on their wrist, again, we aren't of the mindset that oils change everything and fix it all and cure it all. But man, if we can give our body something natural in the moment that can powerfully shift the mood, shift the emotions, shift the anxiety, or whatever it is that you're dealing with, we want them to be in the right places at the right time. So that is one way that it has become much easier to use my oils on a daily basis. Okay, so first thing was create a simple plan. Second thing, set the oils where you need them and where you'll use them. I have other oils, like I can't take you in there to see in my master bathroom, but I have other oils that I use for my skin. So I take the doTERRA lotion, I've got frankincense and melaleuca, and I put those on in my skin regimen every night. So those don't stay out here, they stay in there because that's where I use them. Last but not least is a simple thing to do is introduce one new oil every 2 to 3 days. So let's just say you just got your kit, or maybe you've been sitting on your kit for a little bit and you haven't used it because you don't fully know what to do. First and foremost, get with the person who invited you. Get this wellness consultation or go to our blog, download this, and walk yourself through this guide. You will learn what to do with your oils. But another easy way is to start small. Start with 1 or 2 of your health priorities and start working that in. And then after 3 days, introduce another one for maybe your 3rd health priority, and just work yourself up. And then maybe there's something else that you want to try for a 4th or 5th or 6th health goal. And something that I love about this Live guide that you can follow in this 3rd one of introducing one every 2 to 3 days, there's a middle section here that actually shows you morning, afternoon, and evening. There's this whole section right here, and I know you can't read this necessarily, but it says daily wellness habits, morning, afternoon, evening. And there's a whole checkbox list of the different things that you can do in the morning, the different things that are recommended for afternoon, and the different things in the evening. So you might say, you know what, I'm going to go download this, and then in the morning, I'm going to try one of these for the first couple days. And then if you do that and you conquer that and you feel like, yes, I got that, that's starting to become a little bit more normal. Maybe in a few days, introduce something else in the morning. And maybe you're going to also try something in the afternoon. So this is how you begin to make it a habit, is you have to know yourself. Some people they dive in and they can do all of it. Tell me the plan. Morning, afternoon, evening. They're very regimented. They can follow this list and they'll go do morning, afternoon, evening, day 1, and they'll stick with it. And then other people, personalities are just different. It might take you a couple days to just do one, and then maybe a few more days to do another one. It'll take you a few days to get the morning and the evening routine down. So again, this is why I preface this whole conversation with give yourself grace. Give yourself grace for whatever you need. Put little sticky note reminders in the places you need it. So if it's in the morning in your bathroom, put something on your mirror that says, don't forget to take, or don't forget to swipe on frankincense on the back of your neck for anxiety. And put your frankincense in the bathroom. Do that first. You might want lemon and peppermint and wild orange maybe in the kitchen, where first thing in the morning you have a sticky note on your door or on your cabinet door or even on your coffee maker that says, don't forget to try peppermint first to wake yourself up before you drink your cup of coffee. You might say, don't forget lemon oil, 2 drops before you eat anything. So again, I'm throwing out several ideas for you, but these are just ways that has become a way of life for us. And then last but not least, these are the 3 things that have really most helped me to make essential oils a daily habit. But what I want to do for you and what I am so excited about is I'm launching a new series called the Daily Habits Series. And I want to take this a step further. So these are the 3 things that I've done, but now I want to take you through all of the oils. I want to start with the oils that are most common, and then we'll work into some of the other ones. But I want to start with those most common oils that you probably got in your starter kit. And I want to show you the top 5 ways that I've personally used them and that other people are using them and creating a daily habit. So not just telling you what they're good for. I want to take it a step further and actually tell you how to use it and how to make that a daily routine for yourself. So you can check that out. We will have videos every single week for you. We'll have it listed on the Elevate Oils blog. If you want to go there, also, if you prefer to read about it, you can read about it and look there, or you can catch the video on YouTube. So super excited about the Daily Habit series. And let me know if there's other things that you have done that you have found to be super successful and helpful to really help oils become part of your daily routine. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know, because I'm still learning. I'm still working oils into all the different areas of our life. And if you have something that's worked for you, please share it. Stay tuned, stay connected with us, and stay with us as we go through the Daily Habit series. Talk to you soon.